but not happening. It's going to be Nautilus.
I think with the AP damage that you have with this roster, like you were talking about, the Diana Gwen, I think something like a Tristana fits the bill here pretty well. You know, you're going to do decently well against sets. Oh, TF. I mean,
it's a lot of magic damage, but it is the early game. Jay's so strong in the early game. It should work, but it just hasn't. It just really hasn't.
I like that you went all, you went full legit commentator. You weren't going to acknowledge the giant Tahm Kench frozen on the screen. I know if it was Valdez cast with me, you would be like grabbing me, like holding me tight.
Did get the Ignite out from Rich. So that means that the 1v1 potential at 6 is not going to be as powerful, theoretically, as another fight has broken out around this Dragon Pit. Kellen does have that Grey Help available, but he's surrounded by 18 members, and the First Blood will go over to the Rumble. Make that a double. Welcome back, Blank. Thank you so much for showing up at the nick of time for Summer and in this early stage. So looking forward to seeing what Dove can get done further forward as Blank has found Gori. He finds a gold card, but the Flame Spitter gets so much value. Yeah, they're trying to chase him down. Harpoon's going to connect there, and he had no flash. He was always going to go down. Blank, it was just a matter of time.
Feels like
now
some
Peanut,
nerves.
yeah, he might be able to find Blank here, but that is not what the Diana wants.
Yeah, she doesn't have 6, right? And she didn't, so she wasn't going to be able to save him. You know, even if she Qs in there, he was probably dead no matter what. Rich is in trouble now.
Yep, Equalizer goes down, and not too much of anything really going to eventuate here. Rich being able to be as sneaky as possible. Yeah. Gets out of any danger.
So that Korean basically says he cannot take damage. So he's just kind of been sitting there farming under Jace.
Well, there's a flash face breaker. If at first you don't succeed, but Gori now underneath his turret. It was a good flash. Haymaker comes through though, and that's the third kill going over to Blank. Rich, yeah, gets into the mist, but it ain't exactly what he wants. The Ignite ticking down, but it's just not going to do anything.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the big moments, obviously in the early parts of the game. Blank, once again, terrorizing the map.
Yeah.
Rich doesn't have flash.
He certainly does not, as he throws down some needlework, but unfortunately, he's just trying to make a sweater that he can wear in the Death Chamber.
And there's 2 control wards on the map, to try to prevent this from happening, and yet still he gets caught, right? He's trying to actually clear that vision out in the river. In the one moment where he actually had prio, the one time, he gets punished. Blank is everywhere he needs to be this whole game, 5-0-2.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Zeus is in a bit of trouble here. Does get himself the Aftershock. There's Dom looking for the kill, but Zeus is actually going to be able to walk away. Showstopper in once again. Damage onto 3. Is Gori going to be taken down? No, I maybe didn't need to flash there, but I ain't going to be too worried about it if I'm KT, because they are stomping this game. I mean, it's a bit of a worry, as Blank is going to find Peanut. Peanut just exploding. The Equalizer goes down. Eel has come through here as Dom and Kellen are going to turn up. Now KT, possibly in an awkward spot. Gori with that gold card loaded, but no opportunity to actually throw it out. KT,
look at the damage charts here. As Gori dies.
No, yep, that is a very, very dead Twisted Fate. And maybe that's just the new look that we've got. And as I say it, I cast a curse it immediately. Dove actually lasting a very long time, as you can see. Dom almost dying. Kellen not actually available. Okay, never mind. It's a 1-for-1 trade in the end.
Oh man, no.
Don't worry about it.
Well, I mean, look, this is the
the baddies are everywhere. Rich is in so much trouble. Noah actually didn't realize that he was popping on over there, so
okay, Dove once again, they're trying to punish him here.
Yeah, Kellen also discovering a couple of KT members in the river. Dredgeline not going to connect onto the Tahm Kench, but Zeus maybe now a little bit out of position. The Destiny to come forward. Oh my god, where did he go? Doctor just explodes. It is traded, but that's going to be the support going down. There is so much damage still here for KT, but can they actually chase this one down is the question. Noah is saying yes. Gori getting taken down low. These Mystic Shots really starting to hurt, but the Devour is going to be there, and Kellen saves his mid laner. A 1-for-1 in the end. But yeah, that's because we've got Dove once again fighting 3 people. This time he'll be successful. If at first you don't succeed. We were talking about this before. It was in the case of Dove as well. This time he's actually able to lock down the kill.
But, the Twisted Fate flanks where you sometimes see a carry pick, for example, around an objective fight, we're just not even seeing objectives challenged.
Oh no. Well, Blank getting turned on. However, he's able to turn it himself. Peanut going to have to run out of there, and he's going to do so once again. Dom visits the Death Chamber. It's exactly not where he wants to be. That Equalizer left a little bit to be desired, but It does. Okay, well, some alcove gaming.
They don't have any vision.
Here.
Notice they don't. I mean, this was very well cleared from Nongshim. They don't have any vision around the Drake, so they could probably assume Nongshim's grouped on Drake because it's live. Now they know, okay, something's weird. Doran's got to know, okay, this doesn't make any sense.
I don't know what we're waiting for. We're waiting for the Drake to go down first. Nongshim's still waiting. Still waiting. Doran. Oh, he is actually going to buy. Oh, man.
I mean, Nongshim are just... At least they've got Peanut in the side lane.
Yep. I mean, he's down there trying to get some work done, of course. You do a fair bit of damage to turrets as Diana. She's pretty good at actually split pushing. However, not going to be here to try and help the rest of the team. The inhibitor turret's going to go down pretty comfortably. And, was that a Mystic Shot and a Shock Blast or just a Shock Blast? I'm not entirely sure, but Dr. Arm is very, very dead.
A lot of poke. I think it was the Shock Blast.
Oh, the dredge line was beautiful. Zeus threading the needle right there. Rich might be taking notes. As the showstopper comes on in, Haymaker for a bit of extra shielding. Rich goes golden for the moment, but the last auto is going to be easily enough there from from Noah. And KT, this could just be it right here. They do have a lot of siege damage as well with the Jace available, and Noah just says goodbye to Gori. Welcome to the LCK. This is your first game. KT going to be able to take it pretty comfortably as well, as Dr. Arm just flashing onto his own fountain. The Nexus will be taken, and KT, despite everything, for the latest stage of the game. Noah, welcome back for summer, my friend. Great to see you on the Ezreal one more time. And everything just falling into place here for KT.
Yeah, Gori, you know, I feel like he had a really tough matchup into the set, right? It's not an easy matchup to play. He was very nervous. You know, spoke to him before the game, like I said earlier, and like... Okay, Akali going to be Gori's next challenge here. It looks like that is going to be a very, very tough ask here. See what the matchup ends up being. It might be the set once again, but he's really putting himself out there tonight in terms of the difficulties he's going to face in that lane. As might actually just be the win to go to the top lane once again. So KT taking some pages out of Nongshim's book here in terms of their top lane. The Diana jungle we're going to see once again. He is one of the best soul laners out there, and he is going to get a massive lead.
Yeah, and we know that he loves to play aggressively with it as well. Actually, really had his wits about him in Game 1 also. So good to see that Doran is sort of living up to that reputation that he had heading into spring and didn't quite get there. Now maybe in summer he is going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Traditional Karma, I believe, locked down here by Kellen. Like it.
It's really...
I think it is, anyway. I think that's the skin.
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Looking into the brush.
Yep, they do not know.
Oh, Dredgeline connects. Doran just wandering after him. Gori going to move on over, so Kellen is going to survive for the moment. Scale the build. Wouldn't have minded Cull either. That would have been a kind of cool start. As Noah down to almost 100 health right now. Zeus joining him.
Yeah,
and this is, I mean, this is what we were talking about already. I feel like this is a lane that just has to be denied. If you see the Karma locked in, take away the Ezreal.
Yeah, and you don't have to... Oh, Peanut.
Yeah, in a little bit of trouble here as the bear just gives Blank a little bit of a love tap, says, nah, mate.
So they get away with this insanely greedy early start, but I mean, in this case, it's not really that greedy. If you can double objective here with that bot prio and the jungle control you have, this is a massive lead for Nongshim.
Yeah.
And KT are a little bit slow to respond.
I mean, they can't, right? It's 2 versus 1 on the bottom side of the map. The Nautilus rotates up way too late, right? And you can see Kellen, he just does a bit of a walk by, babysitting a little bit just to make sure that the definitely not Udyr is able to very comfortably take down Shelly.
Okay, this is...
Somehow that skill shot missed. That's an odd one, but there is going to be Chains of Corruption. That connects really nicely. As there's the flash on forward, and Noah says absolutely not. Prowler's Claw to come in, and KT answering back.
Prowler's Claw is done, so the lethality damage is just going to blow up an Ezreal so quickly. You don't have time to actually get value out of your
Oh no, teleports come in though, and KT, unfortunately, just caught with their pants down a little bit. The perfect execution there from Gori. A beautifully executed double kill. And I know, you know, it's a bit redundant, but that's what the ability's called. It's not my fault. Dove in with the teleport alongside Doran, but now they have no teleports available. Dr. Arm needs to get his eye in just a little bit as True Shot Barrage goes wide. Gori is now in his shroud, but now diving on back, thinks that the work's been done. It's a really nice showstopper though, and the Akali is shut down. The flash on forward from Peanut though, and he's just slapping on as many KT members as he can find. Goes golden as the set goes down. It was almost so cool from Gori, and then he was snatched out of the sky like a football.
He does get taken down, but he does his job, right? He actually absorbs the showstopper, right? That's one of the big CCs, one of the big moments, you know, that you can maybe try to turn a team fight with. And he is basically peeling and preventing anyone from getting on top of Duckdom, who actually sits back and does a massive amount of damage in this team fight. And this is the scary moment when you see an Ezreal just go off in a team fight, hit several Mystic shots. Like,
I actually like Udyr taking the Lucidity Boots and the Force of Nature, though.
Yeah.
It means that you can really utilize the new passive. It's actually kind of cool. Hadn't really thought about it enough. As Doran over here just going to utilize his little Misty circle in order to lock down that ward. Now, the Cloud Drake is going to be taken down. First Cloud Soul of the LCK thus far.
It feels like Gori's like out for vengeance on Dove. He's teasing him non-stop. He's threatening him. If Dove actually is able to catch Gori there and showstopper him back into the team, that's a totally...
Now just trying to allow his health bar to go back up again.
There's the ult coming out from the Ezreal. Peanut just wants to hit that back line.
These piercing arrows do start to hurt, but every one of them that misses is fantastic. Use for Noctum, in goes Gori. This time, he does have himself the stopwatches. It is a steal away on the Drake. Manages to take down the Karma as well, but Duckdom able to lock down Doran pretty comfortably, and now only 2 members left. Put it back in.
They have vision on Noah here as he rotates in. That's all you're really worried about. They get the full Scryer's Bloom. Like, I think this is reasonable.
That Rich now stacking up that Naba and can do so. It's getting up pretty quickly.
Yeah,
they're holding on to the Baron. This is actually really beautifully done. The timing here with Rich as well, just to make sure that he can stand vigil. The Nah should be available into this wall.
Here we go.
He crushes on in. The Baron goes down. A couple of kills there. This is a huge overstep for KT. And Nongshim should be bringing us to a game 3.
Beautifully handled by Nongshim to control that vision. And now they're just looking for anything they can find. But this is the end of the game.
I don't know, Peanut just must be so incredibly tasty. Everyone seems to be going way too far in. However, Doran does manage to lock down the Ezreal very comfortably, and that just shows he's tanky if there's, you know, physical damage, but this is a lot of magic damage coming out of Doran, so certainly able to lock him down.
Rich is like,
also
okay.
relatively low as Rich. Now, very close to Mega, and Doran in a bit of trouble now. Okay, he gets thrown back to relative safety. Zeus now making his way in as well. Gori finally going to turn up, and you can cue the yakety sax.
Yeah. I mean, let's not get too excited because that was a that was a Gwyn and a set fighting against a fighting against a Carmen and Udyr. Like, it's like, oh, can they win this one? Like, maybe.
Oh, Rich. Okay, hops on over. Does find Doran. Here we go. We do have some ulti flying forward though, as the needlework is real good. Gori now just says, I am the better. I have the Herald holder, or the Rift Maker holder. But we do have another team fight as well, as Doran is feeling real strong at this point in time, and he's going to demonstrate that against this Nah. In goes Gori. He's going to try and do what he can also, but has to get himself all the way out of there. The Shuriken backflip does it in KT. They restabilize with 5 members, and without Rich now is Nongshim. True shot barrage. Doran, of course, able to avoid the damage. Yep, I do like it actually. Possibility of the QSS splash to avoid a lot of this is Doran. Throwing around his circle a little bit here is, oh no, Zeus just completely put out of position, and now Rich decides he wants to go in. Only finds one with the ultimate. The wallop is fantastic. Blank just trying to go in, trying to do something because he knows they're out of position, but it's not going to be enough. And now Duckdom just fighting front to back here. Doran, can he do it again? As he does find Duckdom in the backline, but he goes golden. Duckdom deals with the rest of the team, and it's just not quite enough here. Doran was so heroic through so much of this game, but now Nongshim looking to taxi these minions towards the inhibitor turret and take down the Nexus.
I mean, Peanut came and popped his Banshee's Veil right away at the beginning of the fight too, so he didn't even have that. He survived for so long regardless. But it feels like KT Rolster in this second game, a 2-man team. It's Doran and Noah just getting the most work done, but Doran's the last to fall. Yeah, Nongshim are bringing us to our first third game here, and I'm not shocked. You know, after that first game, I think a lot of people were very high on KT Rolster, but they had such a massive lead. How do you lose a game like that? In game 3, they're going to have to pick up the pieces. I mean, in the later parts of the game, once he had his Void Staff up, you know, he had his first 3 items, he was able to really do quite a bit of damage in the team fights and actually force a lot of reactions out of Nongshim. And Noah actually having the Serpent's Fang deleted a lot of the AoE shields that Kellen was going to put off in fights. And
valuable. As Zeus thinking about the Aurelia. I don't mind it. You know, you got a couple of AD sources alongside the Rumble. Certainly helps with that damage range. Mixed damage coming out of the AD carry position and a bit of magic being put down by the Galio. I think this is actually kind of cool. It is going to be a beautiful pick into the Gnar also, which was picked face up.
Yeah, I think you put this in the top lane 100%. You have that matchup. The Gnar can't be flexed or really lane swapped, so you're kind of trapped into that one.
Recently, but certainly has it in his wheelhouse, and the Echo is something that a few players have been playing around with, but it's not necessarily the highest of tier at the moment. But it's Peanut. I think that as soon as he's on something that's a little bit out of the meta, a little bit hipster.
Like Game 1, Peanut is just kind of sitting back, hoping for opportunities like this one.
Yeah, well, there's the Gnar back as Parallel Convergence comes down. Doran's going to get stunned up, and he's well and truly dead. That's first blood going over to Rich. It almost looked silly with the wallop placement, but we ain't going to judge him. The results speak for themselves. As speaking of results, that is going to be an equalizer down, but there's a phase rush for him. Control ward cleared out by Blank in this 2v2. True Shot Barrage lands over both of the bot lane, and the Justice Punch misses. That's going to mean the end of the Kai'Sa. The sidestep from Doctor. Zeus has to flash. It's a decent sidestep.
And the second you see Nongshim or group on the bottom side of the map, sure, you lose the first Drake at 15 minutes, the Ocean Drake, but you're going to get a ton of side lane control. Like, look at where he is.
Well, here's the showstopper, but sometimes there's a Galio lying in wait. The flash is going to be used, but Gory, I think, is still just going to die. It's going to take him a while, though, and instead he just walks away. This is, of course, a support Galio. Noah turns up in the nick of time, flashes on over. That's the last couple of raindrops to take him down. That is going to be enough. Very close there, as Gory almost made it out, but not going to be so lucky. And KT, about a 2,000 gold lead now.
Yeah, and at the same time, you know, Doran was pushing the top side, was able to steal the Krugs away, and this is when the comp really starts to come online. Look at the wards across the map for KT.
Oh, yeah, top.
This is actually the calls coming from Doran.
Yeah.
And he's a strong silent type.
In the meantime, Peanut gets a solo kill on Dove.
Yep, that happened. Well, I might have to get a replay of that one with Peanut's comms too, but...
Yeah, I'm wishing I still have that rewind function, man. I need it. I need it from my brain.
But, you know, this is that pick in the mid lane notwithstanding, this is when KT's comp starts to be terrifying. Like, the truth of the matter is, look at the blue wards, the control wards all over the map. It's very difficult to clear those because if you don't know where Doran is, he might kill you. As we'll watch, actually.
Oh, yeah, top.
Okay, we're going to see this one again.
Again, strong silent type. He said top, and then he killed him. Last possible second there, gets the kill under turret. Meanwhile, we'll watch this one more time. Dub is just low and backs without vision. No. This is just caught back and... Yeah. Yikes.
That feels bad. You have to
it does feel like everything's coming together. This comp seemed complicated to execute, and they're doing it well. Now, the game is not over. They have a significant gold lead, but, you know, Nongshim have a kill lead. They have Drake advantage. But it feels like KT could pull this off.
Ooh, solo play comes down. Parallel Convergence for the double stun. Very nice. Noah already taken down. Doctor was tanking up the turret, and that actually worked out beautifully for them. Not able to take down the Galio as well, as now Gari is going to have to deal with the fact that this Rift Herald is taking his turret. Nice avoidance on
group up. We are actually finally going to get a team fight this game, straight up.
Yeah. Gari is actually quite a long way away from this one. Doran's going to turn up well and truly in time. It's only 4 members of Nongshim here. Okay, Gari able to get himself over to the side of Peanut, locks down the Drake quite comfortably. There's the flash forward as Doran trying to go aggressive. The heroic entrance comes in for the showstopper to bring out the Akali. Gari is buying a lot of time, but what is the rest of the team doing? Not quite able to augment him at all, and Peanut has to take the blast cone. Does it alongside Rich. Not going to troll him in this instance, but that's 2 swift kills in trade for the Infernal Drake.
And that's what we're talking about with this composition. You can, once you just pull the trigger, it's like taking the throttle and putting it from 0 to 10 in one moment. You go in, you Vanguard's edge in, you have the paranoia, you can just simply collapse in, and Nongshim are going to struggle in those moments if they can't react quickly enough. And sure, you go over the line, you get the Drake, which is quite critical, but the consequence is you lose 2 members, and now you're probably going to lose a Baron.
Yeah. Wondering, you know, what sort of happened there to to Nongshim, but we're going to have to hold that thought as Rich has to get himself out. Still, they are going to deny the Baron for the moment. 4-4 is the kill score. 2,000 gold the lead for KT. Still, it feels like this lead has really not taken too much of a change as Peanut diving on over. He's going to stop some backs here. Does not have the ultimate. That just came off cooldown in that moment, and that is going to make Peanut look a little bit silly.
Yeah, he just barely, he flashed because I think he thought maybe that was going to save him for 1 second, then he'd have it, but he doesn't have it. The timing there is really awkward for Peanut, and this is, again, the worst possible time to lose your jungler is when another Baron threat might come through. They're going to clear this so quickly. Pings go down as Noah's like, yo, I'm starting this. Blank's here. And Nongshim, they can't fight this. Paranoia's coming back up. Like, this is a lose-lose situation for Nongshim. You gotta hope and pray.
Yep, and they have to try and avoid this turn as well as the equalizer comes down. Vanguard's Edge doesn't find a lot of joy as Paranoia finally comes in. Gori actually doing some decent work as the Haymaker eventually comes in. It's the double kill for Dopdom as Kellen is buying a lot of time. Rich is going to save him. No, not quite. As Gori's going to turn up now. Dove with no spell shield though has to flash to get himself out of the way. That Mystic Shot is not going to land, and KT, they mess up the turn, and Nongshim still alive. Brilliant. Love it when a plan comes together. As Doran thinking about an opportunity to go in. Paranoia once again pressed. Heroic entrance. This is the wombo that we were waiting for, but the knockup not quite there onto Dopdom. He gets into the stopwatch, and now he's still trying to get out. Dove finds another fear as Blank gets over the wall. Can Peanut be the hero, though, is the question. It's a triple kill for the Aurelia. Rich is at full health as Doran goes down into his GA. Dove trying to run away as Peanut gets a bunch of health back. It's KT with the man advantage, but it just doesn't feel like they have the damage. And Rich just locks down Doran and sends him to the death chamber. It's a double kill on the back end. It's a bit of a disaster, but it's fun
it really
to watch.
is. Even still.
Yeah, Peanut looking for the stun, doesn't quite find it, but the position is still good. Equalizer goes down defensively. The chrono break, though, means that Peanut's going to be absolutely fine and makes it out as well. And they are just sniping Noah every single time. Dove this time stays in the fight, but it wasn't what he wanted to do. The GA is going to be burnt, his life as well. And now Nongshim, they can go back to the Baron if they would like to, but maybe they're thinking about going for a bit of a victory. Gori, you can see, still just hanging around here in the base.
This composition just doesn't work when you're behind like this and there's waves pushing down onto your Nexus turrets, right? But there's wave, if there's wave control on the map non-stop, this comp just really struggles to do anything as KT rolls through.
Yeah, and it's just Nongshim not wanting to waste any time. Two-man Nah just to throw people away, but it's a lot of damage being done by Doran before he ultimately is just going to fall down. Blank, he's gone gold and he's going to see his death as the second Nexus turret will follow the first. The Nexus goes down, and Nongshim, we were singing their praises at the beginning of the series, and at the end of Game 3, I guess.
He knows that it was a pretty hard-fought win. It was not a stomp. It was not a dominant win that I think most people expected Nongshim to take today.
Yep, and I have a feeling.
Thank you very much, guys. Nongshim Radford secures the first win of the split up against KT roster after dropping game number 1. Nongshim's POD Guri and Dopdom is here with us for this POD interview. Congratulations on your win. Thank you. First off, Guri, you did have a huge impact on Nongshim, and welcome back to the LCK. How are you feeling? I think it's been almost like 2 years to be back on the LCK stage, and this is my first split as a starting mid laner. It feels great, and I really wanted to win the first match of the split as well, so I think we are having a really great start, so I think we can pay off with a fantastic run. Are you satisfied with your performance today? Well, to be honest, because we lost game 1, I'm not that satisfied, but still a win is a win, so I'm satisfied about the result, but about my own performance, I don't think so. Still looking forward to your performance throughout the split, and Dopdom, welcome back to the LCK Summer Split, and you are winning the game and also the POG, so how are you feeling? I did win the POG, but I think Peanuts, Kellen, they have been playing fantastically, especially Kellen. He's been helping out a lot, so I want to share this credit with him. So after Gory joined Nongsim during the off-season, how did the teamwork go? Gory, he has a great personality. He's a really cheeky boy, so I think we were getting along really well. Gory, what about you? How were you able to gel with the new team? Our team? Well, I think everyone was nicer than I thought. Because at first, for about 2 weeks, I was a little bit. I was expecting I needed to kind of break the ice in the first 2 weeks, but actually it turned out that all the other players were, doing a fantastic work when I was in quarantine for me to, get along. Dokdam, he wasn't really being too friendly in the first few weeks. He was like, "Oh, GG, well played," after our first screams. But after we got to get friendly, I think Rich actually was the one helping me out the most. Saying hi every time. Let's go back to game number 1. It was actually a landslide victory by KT Roaster. So what was the feedback about after losing that game? I think the draft didn't go as we expected, so yeah, we were not able to get the pick and ban we wanted, and we had some multiple and consecutive mistakes in the early game, which was connected to our loss, so we wanted to adjust our draft and also focus up in the early game. Game number 2, you were able to pop off on that Akali, and even the analyst also mentioned that there is no way stopping that Fed Akali. What do you think of the Akali mid in the current meta? I think this summer split, in terms of the meta, I thought mage champions will be the mainstream. So I think we will have a lot of dog fight. And I think Akali, regarding that, Akali will be on top of the tier list. Is that the strongest AP or mage champion? Well, among the AP melee champions. Speaking of strong picks, Ezreal is the talk of the town. And Dokdam, how do you rate Divine Thunder Ezreal? Well, me, I think this is the comeback of Ezreal of last year's summer split, Guri, what about you? How does the team kind of rate this Divine Thunder meta? There are number of champions that can build this item, so I think everyone is actually trying many things out. We have a highlight of game number 3, a fight where Peanut got caught out and Nongsim still turned the fight around by finding an effective kill on flashless Irelia. So what kind of calls went back and forth? If Irelia makes to this fight, we wanted to focus fire on Doran. What about you, Gory? Just like Dokdam mentioned, we saw Irelia was taking a flank position on the left-hand side, so we wanted to keep our eye on him. And with that successful team fight, Nongsim was able to get back in game and turn the game around. And Gory, you are popping off on solo queue and also on competitive matches, and a lot of people are paying attention on you. To be honest, I am feeling a lot of pressure. Not many teams had a roster change for the summer split, so yeah, I am feeling the pressure, but I think I will be able to show up. But still, I have to get more practice. But we are doing our best in order to have a successful summer split. And Dokdam, I think you are ramping up What's your goal for this year?
개인적인 목표는
My
따로 없고
personal
팀적인
goal?
목표는
I don't really have a personal goal, but as a team, I hope we can make it to Worlds.
그 시작이 될 오늘이었고요.
Today will be the start to reach that goal, and your next opponent will be Leave Sandbox. That might be a chance for you guys to extend your winning streak in the first week of the LCK. We only have one day to prepare. So just like we prepared as usual, you know, we're gonna get ready for it and come back to Dual Park.
우선 저희가 출발이 좋고
I think we are having a great start, whereas Sandbox failed in their first match. I think we will have this victorious momentum up against them, so I hope we can have a good game. Lastly, Gory and Dokdam, do you guys have any message over to the fans here at the arena?
경기장까지 와서 응원해주신 팬분들 전부
Thank you for
감사드리고
showing up here at Low Park. Yeah, I really appreciate your support and also the fans watching us online. I also want to say a huge thank you to all the fans watching us. This is my first match playing offline with a live audience, so I was so nervous, but I want to say thank you for all the support, and including all the fans that have been watching us online. I want to say I really appreciate all the love and support, and we will keep grinding. Thank you very much for this interview, and once again, congratulations on that win. And I'm gonna pass it back to our casters after a POD interview with Gory Tokda from Nongsin Red Force. Thank you.